他们的场次。
The fast.
他们的场次都是那个随便吧，周老师播一天都没事。
那个 YouTube 那个镜头有点歪，有一点歪。
等会儿我弄。
行，待会儿点开始直播就行。
上下那个视频
能拍到脚吗？
困难。
拍不到脚啊？
拍不到脚吗？
帮我小声。
哎，一会儿张旭去哪儿？那儿会不会挡他呀？那个椅子上。
找谁？
你一会儿过来吗？过来，你上来椅子这儿来，我看看进不进。
进不去，他就坐这儿就行。
这是我的词吗？
哎呀，我还做好低呀，这个。
准备开始吧。3、2、1，开始。
Hello everyone, thank you for joining the 134th Online Content Fair, and welcome to CBS Automotive Live Streaming. This is Andy, the Sales Manager of Precision Tube Division.
Hello everyone, this is Jenny, Key Account Manager of Fastener Business. Nice to meet you here.
Okay, first I will give a short company presentation. CBS Automotive is an ITF certified company who have managed its business in auto industry for over 10 years. Currently, we focus on two product series, steel tube and fasteners. Let's see the company video first.
All tubes lead to speed and passion. Seabuys Automotive, China's professional auto parts. All tubes lead to speed and passion. Seabuys Automotive, China's professional auto parts supplier. Seabuys, established in 2017, is a professional automotive steel tube supplier. Since its establishment, Seabuys has been adhering to the company tenet of integrity first and excellent quality. And Seabuys has built a professional customer service team and production team. Seabuys produces steel tubing for side door impact beams, cross car beams, seat frames, shock absorbers, exhaust systems, trunk hinges, etc. Our customers include premium brands like General Motors, Volkswagen, BMW, Hyundai, Chevrolet, and also Chinese brands FAW, Great Wall, Geely, and Chang'an. We strictly control the whole process from raw material procurement to logistics. Our raw material is purchased from large steel mills, such as Bio Steel, POSCO, Shougang, etc., and inspection is needed before being put into storage. Seabuys introduces an advanced KIM production line and implements the IATF 16949 quality management system to ensure each process is controllable and quality is stable. We inspect and test the product's key characteristics, such as the mechanical property, chemical composition, and dimensions. We design the packaging according to packing requirements to ensure our products are protected well during transportation and make the loading and discharging easier. Seabuys has its own logistics department and freight forwarder, which creates cost efficiency in intercontinental shipping as well as in local customs clearance, warehousing, and road transportation services. We take care of the last mile logistics, can invoice on a DDP basis, and also provide 3PL or third-party logistics services. CBIS continuously optimizes our internal workflow and has obtained certificates of ISO 9001 and IATF 16949. Looking forward to the future, CBIS has high aspirations. Facing the new market's requirement, CBIS are continuously improving quality and efficiency. CBIS strive to build the company into an advanced management, leading technology, outstanding brand of China's first-class international standard industry benchmark. CBIS Automotive, China's professional auto parts supplier.
Okay, we can see almost all process is handled in-house, right?
Yes, even for tooling design, we make tooling CD ourselves. They outsource the manufacture work to professional tool making factory. Okay, next I'll give some show about the tube products. Then Jenny will share some news on fastener business. That's in our product list. They are side door beam, C-tube, and cross-car beam. First, we'll see a side door beam. We got a sample here. Let's check out this sample. This is a side door beam. The main tube is from CBIS, and our customer will weld the stamping parts onto the main tube. After that, it will be welded on the side door. As in picture. On the front door and the rear door. And if you notice, we make holes on the stamping parts. This is for bolty connection. One of the connection solution. The other solution is welding. In that case, we don't need the stamping parts. We weld the steel tube onto the side door directly. So in order to provide enough protection to passengers in the car, it requires the tube to be very strong.
Okay, I'm sure people will be curious about how the high-strength tube is produced.
Yes, there are three key factors. The first is material. The second is welding process. The third is heat treatment. When it comes to material, Jenny, could you tell me some famous steel mill in China?
Sure, some large steel mill like Bao Steel, Shougang, Ma Steel, and An Steel.
Great. Our door beam material is from Bao Steel, BL1500HS, one of the high-strength steel for auto industry, which is widely used in the cars, like the A-pillar, B-pillar, in front, the rear bumper, and also the side door beam. The yield strength of the material is rated to 350 million Pascal, and the tensile strength more than 450 million Pascal. After that, the steel strip will be brought into tube on the forming line. Then is the welding on the high-frequency welding line. The welding quality is a key point. Our experienced engineer will design the correct parameter for the welding process, which includes welding speed and welding current. After welding, we'll do some tests to confirm if the welding process can make our requirement. They are flaring test and flattening test. Let's see the sample after flaring test. We use the tools to enlarge the outer diameter of the tube. After that, we'll check the surface by sight. If there's no crack on the welding joint area, inside and outside, then we say that the welding performance is good. After welding, then we cut the tubes into required lengths. After cutting, it is heat treatment. The heat treatment includes quenching treatment and the tempering heat treatment. The quenching treatment increases the tube's mechanical property, will enlarge the yield strength and tensile strength. The tempering heat treatment will eliminate the internal stress of the tube, also increase the elongation of the part. After heat treatment, the yield strength for the tube will reach to 1200 million Pascal, and tensile strength will up to 1,500 million Pascal, and the elongation will up to 8%. Okay, next we see the video of manufacture and test.
Okay, we believe our quality management system and advanced equipment can ensure the quality of our product. The next is the logistics. Shall we see some pictures of the export packing?
Yes, let's check out the export package. After heat treatment, the tubes will be coated with an anti-rust oil. Then they will put into the wooden bolts. The inner material of the packing is PVC bag, which will protect the tube from rust and water. After that, the outer packing material is the wooden case. Then they will be nailed together and then will be loaded into the container. And we see that it is suitable for shipment by sea, and also it can store in the warehouse for a very long time.
That's great.
So for now that we know we have integrated capability for the door beam product, from the material purchasing to the whole manufacture process and the material and the logistics. So I do believe that we are a good choice for your door beam project. If you have similar demand, please contact us. This is my WeChat QR code, and Then this is my telephone number and also the WhatsApp account. You can also send the detail of queue by the email. Okay, next product I would like to show you the seat tube. Let's see the drawing of the seat frame. This is the headrest tube, and also this is the seat back, which includes the horizontal tubes and the vertical tubes. And also there are scrap tubes for the seat slide and seat cushion.
Okay, we can see the tubes are used in different positions, which means they are in different shapes. So could you please introduce the general machining of the seat tubes?
Yes, there are normally three kinds of machining for the seat tubes. The first one is the straight tube. We cut the tube into length according to the customer requirements. After that, we'll have some stamping process, also some drilling holes and the punch holes and the laser cutting holes on the straight tube. This is the first slide. The next one is the bending tube. Tubes will be bended into the required shape. And after that, there will be some other shapes like the stamped shape. This is for seat headrest. Another one is the welding process. The welding includes this kind. We welded wire shape onto the headrest tube. And also we connect the different parts together by the welding process. These all the three kinds of designs, the machining of the tubes. So besides this, the capability of machining, we also cover a lot of material from low strength to high strength, like the yield strength from 200 million Pascal up to 900 million Pascal. And also both hot rolled and cold rolled material are available. So next part, we'll go to the CCB. There are normally three kinds of designs for CCB. The first one is straight tube design. Next one is bending tube design. The other is two tubes welded design.
Okay, let's start from the straight tube design. It seems simpler than other two designs.
Yes. That's an example of the straight tube design. It looks simple and has a lot of advantage for the straight tube design. Like the dimension tolerance for the straight tube is easy to control, and it has less tendency to deform when welding other parts onto the main tube. And the next one is it can effectively prevent the deformation in the front clearance for the front structure.
Then I guess the straight tube design is a widely used design.
Yes, only it is hard to arrange the evaporator. We will use bending tube design.
Okay, so what's the bending tube design looks like?
Then we have a sample for the bending tube design, like this one. This is a bending tube design. It is made from one whole tube and then stamped to required shape like this. Let's see the bending. It has this direction and that direction. It's three-dimensional. We make this bending tube by the dedicated tooling. And also there are some holes on the tubes, laser cutting holes and punched holes. It is quite long, right? Because it is for a very big SUV model.
Okay, so when it comes to bending, what's the minimum bending radius that our equipment can make?
Yes, the bending radius, let's see this one. The bending radius shall be larger than 1.5 times of water diameter. And then the straight length between two bending areas shall be longer than 1.5 times of water diameter.
Okay, so how about the laser cutting? We do it in-house, right?
Yes. We have introduced 3 laser cutting lines from 2017. And so currently we have enough open capacity for the laser cutting business in-house.
Okay, now let's learn something about the two-tube welding design.
Yes. See some samples here. It is two sides with different water diameter. At the connecting area, it will be knocked down to similar size, so it can be welded together. And there are also some holes on the two sides for the welding things.
Okay, so why in some case we use the welding design? I mean, what's the advantage of the welding design?
The advantage is the welded tube design in some cases can save material compared to bending tube design. Also, it can increase the layout room in the cars. So the general water diameter for the CCB is from 30 to 60. Okay, that's all three kinds of product from me. So what will you introduce in the live streaming, Danny?
Okay, as mentioned above, we can produce not only precision steel tube, but also auto fasteners. Next, let me show you the auto fasteners from CBAS.
So first, we would like to know what kind of fasteners do you produce?
Okay, we can produce auto nuts, bolts, screws, and other fasteners.
That's great. So can you produce them for us respectively?
Sure, first let me introduce the wheel nuts. Look at this, it's a sample for the rear wheel nuts. We can see that the product has bright surface and the lid cover is made of stainless steel, which can increase its service life. Compared with the general nuts, our product is safer and not easy to soften and fall off at high speed.
Okay, the safety is the top priority for the auto pass.
Yeah, and the gasket and nut are tightly impressed integrally and won't fall off. The surface of the product is coated with zinc nickel alloy, and the surface burrs were removed. The sharp edges were chamfered.
So
the surface of the crystal should be smooth, clean, without damage, and the surface of the product thread should be smooth and clean without damage, no defects and no rust marks.
Great. So what are they used for?
It can used for not only used for bus but also used for all trucks because we can customize the specification according to customer requirement.
That's great.
Okay, the next product is the wheel bolt. Look at this. It's a sample used for the passenger car. The material of the product is carbon steel 40 column, and the grade of the product is 12.9. You know it is in high quality. And the surface treatment of the product is black oxide, so the color is black.
Got it.
The next product is the screw. The material of the product is 18-8 stainless steel, which is also called 304 stainless steel. And if you can give us drawings, we can customize according to your requirement.
That's great. Then how do you guarantee the quality?
We can firstly we can provide the certificates from the third party such as SO and ITF. Secondly, we have a complete set of inspection system, and every process is checked by our quality control team. And we can also provide the inspection report.
That sounds great. So as we know that some customer will request a PPAP and MDS documentation, so can we support this?
Sure, we can. We will submit the documentations in about 2 weeks if you need.
Oh, that's great. How do you pack them?
We pack them in different ways. Now let me show you some packing pictures. For the wheel nuts, we pack them like this. We pack the product in the plastic bag and put them in a carton box. For For the wheel bolts, we pack them single product in a single poly bag and 300 pieces in a carton box. For the screw, we pack them 3,000 pieces in a carton box, and the outer wood bracket will be reinforced to ensure the safety of cargo transportation. And if we can also make the corresponding packing plan according to your requirement.
Great. So what is the delivery time for the parts?
Generally, we will arrange it if we have stock, we can arrange it in about a week. Otherwise, it will take 40 to 60 days.
Okay. So do you have any discount during this live streaming?
Sure, we will give you 5% discount on this counter fire.
Wow, that's a great discount.
Yeah.
So till now that we have finished all the parts from us. If you have similar demand for these parts, you can contact us. This is the VTech QR code, also the phone number, also the sales email.
Okay, see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.